Imagine you're at a dinner party. Someone asks the classic question, so, what do you do for a living? And the answer you get is, I taste test avalanches before they happen. You'd think they're joking. They're not. Somewhere on Earth right now, a handful of people are doing jobs so rare, so specific, that most of us don't even know they exist. Today, we're going to build, piece by piece, the single rarest job a human being could actually hold, not a made-up job, a real one, stacked with real rarity until we land on something almost nobody on the planet can call their profession. Out of roughly 3.4 billion working adults worldwide, there are thousands of job titles. Most people cluster into a small number of common professions: teachers, drivers, farmers, office workers. But at the far edge of that curve sit professions so specialized that they're held by a few dozen people, sometimes fewer. To build our rarest job, we'll stack real professional rarities on top of each other, the same way traits combine in a person. Each layer narrows the pool further. Let's start with the job title. Consider a campanologist, a bell-tuning specialist who adjusts the exact pitch of cast bronze bells for cathedrals and clock towers. There are foundries in the UK and a few in France and Russia that still do this by hand, using centuries-old tuning techniques. Estimates put the number of master bell tuners worldwide at around 50 people. That's 50 out of 3.4 billion working adults, a 1 in 68 million chance. Now, let's narrow it further. Within bell tuning, there's an even smaller group, those trained specifically in true harmonic tuning, a method that tunes 5 separate overtones in a single bell rather than just the strike note. Fewer than 10 people alive are trained in this exact technique, most of them in one workshop in Loughborough, England. That takes our pool from 50 down to 10. Our odds are now roughly 1 in 340 million. Now, let's add geography. Our rarest professional doesn't just do this job anywhere. They do it in one of the last 3 foundries on Earth, still casting bells using the lost wax method for historical restoration work, rather than modern industrial casting. That narrows an already tiny group down to a handful of individuals tied to a specific dying craft lineage. Combining the profession, the subspecialty, and the workplace, we're now looking at a pool of roughly 3 people worldwide. Our odds, about 1 in 1.1 billion. Real rare professionals are rarely one-dimensional. Let's give ours a second, unrelated skill: fluency in a dying regional language. Cornish, for example, has fewer than 500 fluent speakers left on Earth out of a global population of 8 billion. That's roughly a 1 in 16 million chance on its own. Combined with everything above, our person's total odds are now somewhere around 1 in 17.6 quintillion. Let's add one more twist, something biological, not professional. Absolute pitch, or perfect pitch, the ability to identify a musical note without any reference tone, occurs in roughly 1 in 10,000 people. For a bell tuner, this isn't just a fun trait, it's a career-defining advantage. Stack that on top, and our odds move to approximately 1 in 176 quintillion. Small detail, but let's keep it consistent. About 10% of people are left-handed, or 1 in 10. For a craft that involves fine hand tool work on hot bronze, this can subtly change technique and workshop tradition. Final combined odds, roughly 1 in 1.76 sextillion. To put that number in perspective, 1.76 sextillion is close to the estimated number of grains of sand on every beach and desert on Earth combined. Our rarest possible professional, a left-handed, perfect pitch, Cornish-speaking master of true harmonic bell tuning, working in one of the last three historical lost wax foundries on the planet, is a job so specific that statistically it may only exist once, if at all, in the entire world. But here's the thing. Every single person reading a job title on a business card today is already the product of thousands of smaller, invisible rarities, the exact school they went to, the mentor who took them in, the one conversation that changed their path. You don't need to be a bell tuner in Loughborough to be irreplaceable at what you do. Somewhere out there, someone is doing a job so specific it barely has a name, and somewhere else, someone else is doing the same for what you do. So next time someone asks, "What do you do?" remember, the odds of you doing exactly that, exactly the way you do it, are rarer than you think.